just incredibly proud and excited for these guys to earn the championship today. They worked for it. They scrapped for it. They played as a team for it. And I'm just really beside myself for these guys to be able to accomplish this goal, because it's what they've had their heart set on from day one, and they've been able to do it. And just very proud of them.
John, go ahead.
Sean, both the offensive efficiency, it seemed like the shooting was a bit better than when you played them eight days or so ago up there, but also the physicality and being able to basically create so much havoc in the middle of the field. How crucial were those two things to getting to this point?
Yeah, it was part of the success today, right? Part of the bigger whole. And it was something we talked about at the halftime of the game on Friday. We were getting really nice opportunities, just not finishing it. We did a better job in the second half in the regular season, and then came out today with that sense of urgency and desire to really. And Ellington's fantastic. He is a terrific goalie, and he is not easy to get the ball past. But these guys found a way today, and you talked about the middle of the field. Something I asked of them coming into the start of the game today, as we were doing our final prep, is to own the middle of the field, because I felt like that that's something that has really been useful for us this year and helped us be successful. And these guys delivered on that.
Sean, Bodie had basically a record performance with what he accomplished over the course of this tournament. If you could explain why you think he broke out so much in this tournament and the offense as a whole.
Fortunately, recruiting these guys, you get to know them pretty well. Every time I had to make that long distance call to Bodie, being on the West Coast in Seattle, he was always going to a field or at the field already, or doing something to get better at lacrosse. Him and a couple of his buddies, we saw I don't want to say the culmination, but all that work, all that dedication to the game and to him becoming better as a player, really come to fruition today and Thursday with the opportunities that our offense put him in, and he capitalized on those and just had an amazing tournament, and very proud of him.
And Bodie, if I could ask you, what were you seeing out there, and Nick, what were you seeing from your teammate?
You go.
Yeah, I think the offense was just moving well. I think we came into it knowing that we had to play free in a way and move the ball. And in those situations, I think is when I play the best and when the ball is moving fast. So Nick was finding me when I was open, and I think we were forcing it a little bit more than we usually did, but I think it worked in our favor a lot of the time. So just the offense staying committed to the process and knowing what we had to do to get the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I think definitely stepping stone from Thursday into today, definitely used that to our advantage of a bunch of off-ball goals we had, and I think that's just what we've kind of learned over the past couple weeks is these off-ball goals with Bodie, guys like Rooster, Alex Roussel, those guys, they move really well off-ball and they have very good hands, so just being able to throw that into them, kind of force it a little, and then being able to catch it and finish in tight spaces is definitely helps a lot the offensive-wise.
Colby, the fact that you guys got Towson back to the top of the league, how meaningful is that for somebody that's obviously been here for a little while?
It means the world. You come in and I was recruited here, and they were the #1 team in the country, and kind of hit a rough patch, but we found a way to turn it around, and the senior class this year played a huge part in that, and it's an unbelievable feeling.
For the way this game unfolded, I think they had 24 turnovers, they had 9 failed clears in the first half. Just how disruptive did you feel like you guys were able to make it for them? Did you feel like they were uncomfortable for most of the way?
I definitely felt like they were uncomfortable, but that's credit to our middies riding and our attackmen riding to get those possessions back, to keep us fresh on the defensive side, and I think that all played a huge role in the momentum we were able to build throughout the game.
You said own the middle of the field, but saying it and doing it are two different things. Why was that ride so effective today? How would you describe it?
It's really effort, and being disciplined, in that effort, not getting careless, trying to go for a one-handed check rather than getting two hands and trying to kind of trap and squeeze a guy, to be a little bit more effective there. Part of that middle of the field too was the face-off, and Matt and our wing play, did a really good job today. But the ride part, as these guys are saying, I think, again, they recognize, where our strength is and kind of where the opportunities were within their clear. And when we were able to kind of squeeze them near the midline and just hustle, as defenders were trying to get upfield with the ball, we were hustling and taking good angles, either turning them back or getting checks, get the ball loose, just, being really opportunistic with with the ride.
So, Sean, how hard is that to teach guys how to ride like that? And when did you see it kind of shift? Where you're going to say, I don't know, we could do this?
That's a great question. When you have attackmen, when you have middies that understand why it's important and will work at it, is where you see that shift. It's really a belief in how that can be successful, and what offensive guy doesn't want the ball back. But are they willing to commit to doing that? Where it can be effective, and then the way that we know that it can be effective. So it's really the buy-in and the belief from the guys, and then working at how we can accomplish that and different opportunities.
Sean, you've obviously seen a lot in this program, even from your assistant days, and kind of a rise and fall and rise back up. How different was it kind of building this thing back over the last 4 or 5 years compared to earlier in your team?
Yeah, this is, I told the guys downstairs, this is so special for me personally. I told them this is my 20th year, at Towson, and fortunately been a part of, some pretty fun years and great years, also some rough ones. But, for this, this group, this senior class, from day one in the fall, there was just a sense and a tone and, of a work ethic, of a belief. So for me, I told him, I was like, I just wanted to make sure I was the guy that didn't mess it up for him, today, and just kind of keep it moving forward. But I really, this is certainly a very special one for me personally to be able to share with these guys and to know that they've accomplished something that they set their hearts on and were able to do it.